Welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim, everybody. My name is Brodemus. Last time we got 3 of the endings, 3 of them for Sarava. We got that was a ride last week. All right, we're gonna move on. We're on volume 3 now. Looks like volume 4 hasn't been released yet. Of Ladies Grey and Lucy White. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and walks of life. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed, but as Martha Stewart said, visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. Is that an actual quote? You were almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Visitors, like fish, begin to smell after 3 days. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? Okay. These two lovely individuals here. We're always going left to right, so we're going to go with the Mudblood. I believe it's the Mudblood. And then we're going to do the Jade Blood next time. So we're going to go with Skylla Corriga. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the city and into the rustic outskirts. Oh, look at this. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills. A huge, fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows. Way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic, you love the country. Great, I love it. I love it when I start to melt. Oh man, day is broke, everybody. No wonder the nightlife seems so active in Alternia. They're all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. So I was right last time saying I think the sun is too powerful. Or not last time, with amnesia. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Fuck. You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood losses has you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival shit. I'm just walking out in the daylight, and I'm beginning to roast? Great. You're starting to wish you'd stolen a fucking Lamborghini or something, instead of a spaceship. I stole the spaceship. We're getting some backstory now. This seriously isn't looking good. The city's too far away now for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. Maybe I can just rip the skin off my body and become a part of the amalgamation. You wish that someone had mentioned the Death Sun in between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse. Boy, that would have sure been handy. Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass? A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with renewable energy on this planet. Should you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage. Fuck it! Let's go towards the shimmer. My thought is like if I'm getting to Skylla, go toward the shimmer. Fuck! My mouse double clicks. You focus on just staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming or whatever. God, the sun though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. But then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure. You let out a yelp of anguish, pounding on the door. At least you hope it's the door. Ah, God. What should I give her? She looks like very like mechanic-y. She's got like the wheat in her mouth, and she's got the horns. What in the world? The door opens and you fall inside one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. I imagine Skylla has like, if you watched Nomad of Nowhere, like she sounds like Scout. At least that's how I imagine it. Or like Applejack, I guess. Back in those days. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you becomes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek. Hold on, lady? Lady? Oh, hold on, lady. Give him some room. Lady is, I'm assuming, her Lucy. A pair of hands help you sit up, gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes, one upright and one lower to the ground. What were you doing out there? Can you stand? Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone is planning as strong or if you are just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the end of a long table. Man. Alright, I'm already a fan of Skylla. Stutteringly, you begin to explain yourself, that you are an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals. just gonna go right into it. Well, bless your heart. But hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn. Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing. Funny you should just blunder in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't Imperial drones or out to rob us. You rub at your watering, slowly clearing eyes, and when you look back up, your rescuer finally comes into focus. If I could read properly. She's tall. Taller than anyone else you've met here. You think? Also, maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll physiology, she just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringe jacket and holding up a plate. There you go. Your Oculus feeling any better? By the by, my name's Skylla. Thank you for introducing yourself. Alright, we're two now. Sarava and Skylla have introduced themselves. Pleasure to meet you. And this here's Lady. That is horrifying. That is absolutely horrifying. She looks down, and at first you think she means the table. Then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking up at you. You jolt so hard, you almost fly backward out of your goddamn chair. Whoa there! No need for theatrics. It looks a little like one of those lassie dogs with the pointed noses, except enormous and pure white. It barks practically shake the whole house. Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They've clearly had one hell of a time, but they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take. Skylla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with thunderous yellow eyes. Thunderous yellow eyes. Right? No funny business here. You swallow a nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging, ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. I have 4. Well, I mean, the Diemon's about the only friend I have. Well, Sarava's kind of a friend. Ardata and Amnesia are... I don't know what the hell they are. A kidnapper? Kidnappers? Skylla sets down the plate she's holding. Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty. That sounds gross as hell, but what's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake. Golden brown and crispy at the edges. There's boiled tree blood, too, if you like. Boiled tree blood? Also churned dairy product. Cheese. Or butter? Probably butter. Butter. She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. I've actually never... I think it's carafe. I only read these things. I don't actually say them out loud. Man, everything here has really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Oh, that dirty bean water. Skylla raises an eyebrow. No, that's just coffee. She sits down next to you. It's like in Hiveswap, there's a part where you're going through Zephyros's kitchen and everything has these weird fucking names, like it's a spice rack. It's where you put spices. It's like that's the kind of shit that I love, where it's like, oh, there's all this weird shit and there's one thing that has just a normal like Earth name. It's so funny. Oh, I love it. Hey, you're lucky you were only out in the light at dawn. Nobody wants to be out in the direct alternating sunlight besides Jade Bloods. Get to that next time. And no offense, but you certainly ain't any Jade Blood I've ever seen. At first, I thought you were some sort of mutated Lucis, because you don't have horns, and you were grunting and yipping up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Oh, don't worry. I won't call the drones. I'd best get used to being around aliens anyway, seeing as how I'm going to be seeing a whole mess of y'all coming next week. She laughs nervously. Oh, so she is older. She's almost about to have to go serve the Empress. You aren't sure what she's talking about? Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. I mean, yeah. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for our guest? No offense, but you smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. Gosh, she seems so nice and caring. But you've been burned before. And cut. And generally kicked around by fate. Just kind of all around. It's a tough world out there, but you want to trust Skylla. Lady takes a bucket in her muzzle and runs out into the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. Aw, just a big old, fuck, what are they? Shepherds? Sheepdogs. What is she? Fuck, I know the name. I just can't think of it. It'll come to me. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh god, the dog! Aw, that's sweet of you to worry. Lucy are fine going outside for a little while in the daylight. The coats reflect the light, or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. You tell her she seems pretty smart from where you're standing. As cynical as you're becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice and, wow, really pretty. Can't argue with that. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more scalded than they are not to notice that. That's nice of you to say. But it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Someone of my caste could never hope to rise up in the ranks. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she's thinking about joining the military. But just then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and ladies' frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no! Not now! What the hell is going on? Bandits! Goddamn Lucis thieves! Oh, okay. You don't get the chance to... Man, she looks so cool! You don't get the chance to ask anything else before Skylla careens toward the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh god, she's going to go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Stop her. Help her. I'm gonna help her. I fucking double-clicked again! Goddamn mouse! Skylla plunges out in the daylight in the direction of the commotion. Like a big dumb asshole, you barrel out of the blazing hellscape after her. Surprise! It still sucks. You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a fucking monster of a gas giant. Pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. Wow! We're getting existential with this bitch. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare. Following the dust, Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this fuckery, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them, all of them trolls, all wearing dark padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. God, she's so badass. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. Not terribly different. But these guys had probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla, who is frankly fucking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. Holy shit! You've never been in a fight before, a fucking all-out brawl. It's scary, but now that you are in the thick of it, it's also kind of awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you can be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. What can you do? You just gotta get into the swing of things. Take no prisoners, kill or be killed. Hell yeah! Yeah, look at her! She's having a great time. You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Fuck, that probably hurt your fist more than it hurt the troll, but it does throw them off bounds long enough for Skylla to smash the butt of her gun to the side of their head. Yeah! Hell yeah! She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs and a bunch of bandits try to dog-death a giant monster. You love this girl? I am in love. In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. I'm such a fan. Another troll comes up behind Skylla and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. Well, I mean, she's got gloves. God. She's really hot. Get lady! Oh, right. You stumble over to where the Lucis is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big, sharp teeth. Hi, lady. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. Oh my god. It's over fast after that. How do they even get lady into that in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like chew toys. The remaining 5 are still standing up into their weird little dune buggies and make tracks. Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. So they got like big beetle, like, dune buggies. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, you hear? Tell the resident why you don't ever fuck with the Rusty's ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun, and the dust trails vanishing into the distance. You are awash in heady victory, giggling like a lunatic before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your fucked up ribs and recent blood loss. The Alternian sun beats down, and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11. Whoa there, are you okay? Skylla swing too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can't be sure it isn't hers, but she still looks rough, kind of how you feel. Lady, come here, girl. Wow, you're gonna sit down. Maybe take a little break. The pale landscape swoops, growing even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die, dumbass. I don't let anything happen to my new best friend. Get up. New best friend? Holy shit, that makes me so happy. You absolutely can't die here. Not when you just made such an amazing friend. Somehow the two of you manage to drag each other across the yard toward the house. Hive. You're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skylla. When you start to fall back, lady is there to brace yourself against the back of your knees. She's such a good Lucis. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with the soup of multicolored alien blood. That's a good point of fact to notice. When you get back into the darkness of the hive, you can't see shit. Dang, your species ain't really suited for this kind of environment, huh? You can't even see in the dark. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've about had it with tables. You are sworn enemies at this point. Oh my god, I just noticed you could see her face there. It actually kind of startled me for a second. Oh, Jesus. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. I built it myself. She sounds exhausted, but giddy. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh, yeah. It feels real bad, don't it? Remember, there's only one cure for sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you're ever going to get all of your vision back. Maybe you're just blind for life. You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. So, if you haven't read Homestuck, there's a blind character who is a teal blood named Terezi. She has these red glasses because a cerulean blood forced her to look at the sun for too long. It scalded her eyes, so she can't see. But she learned to be able to smell and taste color, and that's how she's able to navigate the world. No, that would be stupid. There's the turn. There's the twist. Here we go. My coop isn't huge, but you're kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, the sun must have fucked with you more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off. You're seriously not getting into my recuperacoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you aren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were but you were both a little high at the time. Oh, so I'm still wearing my stuff from Sarava. Okay, that makes way more sense. You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a recuperacoon is. Really? What the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling, followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird bloop, bloop, like someone getting to a bathtub, only thicker. One of the trolls in Homestuck slept in a bed. Or they didn't sleep in the recuperacoon. I know Gamzee ate the Sopor slime. If a troll didn't have Sopor, well, I don't really know what would happen. But I reckon it wouldn't be great. It can speed the healing process of burns to small wounds. I'm not sure what it's going to do on your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see how it's going to make it any worse. You tell Skylla that in your experience, things can always get worse, especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-depreciating humor as an A+ cover for crippling insecurity. Skylla laughs. Come on now, I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. Pale solicitation. Pale's Moirail, isn't it? Isn't it flushed for, Oh, it's not... I'm thinking of the difference. Pale. Trolls reproduce by contributing genetic material to a bucket or a pail what the drones come by during breeding season, and that's how trolls are born. They toss it into a slurry, and then grubs come out. So, as a pale solicitation, she's not asking to sleep with me. She's just trying to help me. Or flesh, for that matter. Okay, so there's the flesh one. So she's talking about Matespritship, which is the heart of in like a deck of cards. I know it's awkward, but I only got the one coop. Right, okay. Yeah, you can totally do this. You can make this not weird. Of course, you trip taking off your goddamn pants, and Sky starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. Hey! Really? That's it? That's the end? Okay. Well, that's... Alright, I mean, I did it. That was a bit longer for just an individual one. But I did it! Like, first try! That's the first one I've done in one go. Oh, man. That went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. That one was a lot of fun. If you guys want to see me fuck that one up deliberately, like, not help her, and see what happens, then let me know. I'm going to leave this video there, though, because that is, I feel good about that one. That one was awesome. I'm a fan of Skylla. Skylla's probably my favorite one so far. We'll see. What's the other one's name? I'll find out next week. But yeah, she's probably my favorite one so far. Man, she was cool. But I hope you guys like this. If you did, make sure you click the like button, subscribe so you can keep up with my stuff and see when, the next part's going to come out. Share with your friends. Let them know about Hiveswap Friendsim. If they don't know what Homestuck is, if they don't know what Hiveswap is, introduce them. It's a fucking rabbit hole, let me tell you. And let me know what you guys think. I like seeing what you guys think about this series. I had a couple of people say they enjoyed the series, and that makes me feel good. And I'm really glad about that. I'm glad that there are people that enjoy the series. But hope you liked it. I'll see you next time. Later, everybody.